so this is my first official YouTube video. I got a package in the mail today. It's a replacement for this. This is the Behringer XR Series XR12. I've only had it for a little while, but it's a little less than what I need as far as recording. I actually got that as an upgrade from the 16X08 by Tascam. That's been a good interface as well, but I've outgrown it. I have MPC Live there. I will be reviewing that shortly as well. Go down here, I do have the Headrush pedal board. I'll be doing some reviews on that one as well. Also, if we move over here, the Nectar Pacer MIDI controller that replaced an FCB 1010 that was really just an utter pain, at least for me to kind of wrap my head around as far as programming is concerned. Over here I have a Roland Juno DS 61 key. I actually will be selling that here shortly. I don't really have a need for it. Above that I have the Alesis, or Alesis, however you choose to say it, VX49. This keyboard is amazing. It's around the same kind of idea of the Akai Professional series of keyboards, and I'm almost certain it's been discontinued. Everywhere you look, it's either on sale or not available any longer. Everywhere on Alesis website says that it has not been discontinued, and on forums, but it seems like it probably has been, since it's basically in direct competition with the Akai Pro stuff. Great keyboard, integrates directly with VIP, comes with a bunch of awesome Air instruments. It's been really awesome, and I'm sort of delving back into that as a means to coordinate from that key bed along with the Akai MPC Live, because really between using that in standalone mode for a drum kit and a sort of a beatbox type controller, especially now with update 2.3 that just came out for the MPC software, using that in conjunction with the laptop and the keybed on the VX49, which also has velocity sensitive pads. You can mute key groups and really cool stuff with that. So that'll be another future video. The main selling point on this for me, to be honest, is right there. The USB, which means, I'll go over here, you're going to be able to record, and there's plenty of YouTube videos about this, directly via USB, 18 in and 18 out USB. So that's a big deal for me. That 16 by 8 was great, the Tascam. Again, it kind of outgrew it. The latency issues and things like that, I'm really trying to get more into like live sounds and things like that, and it's easier for me to record a live track than try to finagle with ASIO drivers. So for me, I'm going to see how this works, and hopefully it's as good as the recording on the XR12 was great through the Type B port for the USB, and it was really awesome. So I'm hoping for good things with this one as well. Alright, here we go. We're going to cut in here. Mind my rudimentary camera and cutting techniques here. Alright. Okay. That's one of the main goals I have in the very near future, is, since this is a fairly new endeavor for me, definitely have to get a better camera. Unfortunately right now I'm just using my phone, but gotta make do. So just want to make some sort of content and get an idea of if there's any interest. I know that it's a pretty oversaturated market on YouTube. So these are the rack ears. Currently I have the XR12 mounted with the rack ears. It's been great. It's kind of weird though if you can't see it from this angle, but the power supply or the power switch is actually directly behind the right rack ear. So unless you have a rack that's directly accessible from the back, you're really not going to be able to access that power supply. The good news is I have it hooked up to the Furman power conditioner, and I just use the main front on and off switch to kind of facilitate those on and offs. So here we go, user manual, put that next to the rack ears there, and here we go, somewhere here. Alright, here we go. So just go ahead and pop these little bumpers off. And that's the one thing I really did think was cool about the XR12. Kind of comes as like a stage box, so you just basically throw it right on the stage, plug in, and kind of go to town. And then the sides, and you'll see that a little better when I open it here, but these sides are basically hard. Well, it's a little hard. It's been out in the cold while it's winter here in Pennsylvania. But really nice protection. So I'm going to go ahead and rip this plastic off here, and I'll be right back. Alright, so that's the power supply, the standard IEC cable. Pretty straightforward stuff now. And then here we have the actual mixer itself. Pretty, almost exactly the same, to be totally honest, as the XR12. Aside from, as I mentioned, this one actually has the ability to record direct USB to your computer, 18 in, 18 out. Also, this has multiple XLR aux outs, as well as the XLR mains. The aux outs on the XR12 were standard 1/4 inch TRS jacks, which are great. This is going to offer a little more flexibility, and I can route longer cables without having to worry about hums, pop, hiss, anything else like that. So again, for my needs, it's not really a huge deal, but for anybody who's using this for maybe live gigs, which I potentially will be here in the future, it's nice to know that you can run those longer cable lengths without having to worry about, hey, I'm getting a lot of really interfering noise in my signal coming out from your mixer. So definitely flexible as well, so that's good. For now, basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the video right here. I'm going to pop that guy out, the XR12, and pop this guy back in there and see what we come up with. I'll be back. So while I'm going ahead and pulling this, I figured I'd try to show you, see if this will work. Okay. That's the power switch. So if you're seeing the front there, there's really no way, I mean, at least in my homemade rack, that you're going to be able to reach back there with the unit I had on top of it here and try to access that switch. So again, I just used this switch on the a really cheap Furman power conditioner. Just it's the M8X2, super cheap. So just wanted to take a little video of that. So I will be back here in just a moment after I get this out and put that new XR18 in. Okay, so back to each unit individually. This is just for size comparison. You have the XR12, that's going to be 2U rack mount, and the XR18. You can see the difference there. It's the XR12, and then the XR18 is there. really the inputs and outputs are the main difference, and then you see here the USB on the XR12 just for a standard memory stick USB drive. The recording quality has been great, just a little bit limited as far as my needs. So enter the XR18 with that 18 in, 18 out USB. That's going to be a real game changer for me. I basically one-man band it. I do the keyboard, synths, everything there, play the guitar as well, and also I have the, you see there, vocal mic set up, and then also in the keys there, another vocal mic, just in case I want to set up a loop in the MPC Live, run it through, process it, anything like that. So this is the, basic size comparison. These are those bumpers I was talking about. Didn't really get to see these mentioned much, so figured in this little review I would mention. They're really great. They're grippy if they, they're on a hard surface or a carpeted surface or anything like that, so you're not going to be sliding all over the place, or even a stage. They have a little bit of grit to them, so they'll be pretty good in that regard. Again, for my needs, we put the rack ears on, and I'll do the same thing here for the Big Brother. Throw it in the homemade rack, and then yeah, we'll get to some recording. Alright, so we are back. It did take me a little while to get everything kind of set up. Again, this is all kind of preliminary, but for the time being, this is kind of where I'm at. I have everything set up, at least initially. This is sort of, I live alone, so it's kind of just my little jam space set up right now. Yeah, so basically, just to kind of give you an idea of what we're looking at, the new mixer is here, set up, ready to go. I haven't tried the USB recording just yet, but that will be coming here in a future video. So basically, I just have everything set up on the mixer, basically running it at 0 dB, or 0 on the input gain. Just kind of flatlined everything. I have everything kind of lined up the way I wanted everything. The MPC has 6 outs, so there's a lot of stuff going on there. So I have all the red is allocated to that. The guitar I am playing is actually my Behringer XR18. That is another newer purchase. That's my birthday present to myself. There are a lot of reviews on YouTube about them. I haven't seen too incredibly many recently, so I'll probably do a little review on that as well. That is a pretty awesome guitar. It's got a MIDI pickup in it, or a synth 13-pin MIDI pickup. It's got a piezo or piezo, however you decide to say it, in the bridge, so you can kind of do a combination of acoustic type sounds and electric type sounds. It's really nice. I'm enjoying it a lot. Got a good deal on that. Again, American Musical Supply, shout out. Headrush pedal board, again, we'll do another review on that. Basically, just kind of going through what I have set up. So I have the MPC Live running just with the 2 main outs, the left and right, going into channels 7 and 8. I have the MPC Live software running with the MIDI. Let me just get the flashlight on here. The MIDI cable out there, going direct into the latch. Okay, and that's the main focus of this video, but I kind of went off on 300 tangents. So again, I'm very excited. I love gear, and I really feel like this is something that it could be beneficial for a lot of people who really, they see all these gear videos and they're like, well, I have this sitting at home, but nobody ever talks about it. That's exactly how I felt about the VX49. Amazing keyboard, and the browser in and of itself is super deep. You can arrange all your plugins, you can change and save. It's so incredibly deep and so powerful. I'm gonna just probably do 10 videos just on the software alone. I really dig it, and with that, this was my very first YouTube content, and hopefully all of you out there enjoy it. If you have questions, comments, likes, dislikes, again, I'll probably get some camera work hate, but bear with me, I'm trying. So, thanks a lot. Take care.